I know that there's a lot more cases. It's 80 to 20 of women as residential parents versus fathers. But the numbers are the numbers. That men statistically make better fathers. Whatever the case may be, whatever the help they have, whatever the help they seek out, whatever it is. But the statistics show that men make better fathers. And I think it goes into somewhat of even being the disciplinarian, maybe the stature of the father, how a father approaches things, more logical versus emotional, because we got a lot of emotional young men. And that's why I think that we have a lot of, the violence that go on. They're acting on emotion versus logic. You have somebody that just want to react versus taking a step back and assessing the situation properly, dealing with logic, and then moving appropriately. You know what I mean? So I think that goes into it as well. Like, women are more emotional and nurturing, and men are more logical and disciplinarian.
I'm not disagreeing with that. Like I said, I don't think that there is anything wrong with a child going to live with his father, but you just can't every man is not capable of taking their child. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Candid Conversations. I am your host, Kyra, the one and only. I hope y'all had a great day today. We just going to get this started so we can get on and we can get off on time. Hey, Tay. How you doing, Tanya? You got to call me, girl. Let's get our first co-host out here, Mr. Roshawn Davis.
Yo, what up?
Happy birthday to you. How was your birthday?
Everything was all right. Can't complain. Couple nice, a bunch of nice gifts. Well wishes and a bunch of happy birthdays. So I'm okay. I'm good. I was supposed to be in Bermuda. But I'll postpone it for a couple months. I have some things to do.
Okay, if that's your story and you sticking to it.
There's the cup.
And of course, let's get the one and only, the Deacon.
What we're not going to do is get up here and act like we're going to really finish on time. We ain't finished on time since 87. Candid Conversation is supposed to be an hour-long show, and we be up here for 2 hours, 3.5 hours. This is Candid Converse sitting on the couch. That's what this is. This is when you sit on the bed with your house coat on already, holding like this, like, well, it was nice seeing you. One more thing, though. That's what this is.
It's an hour show, and we got to start sticking to our...
Sometimes.
That be Sean and these viewers going head to head all the time, making it longer than it got.
Listen, the chat the pop on closes at 8:50. At 8:50, there should be nobody clicking on links that want to talk about nothing. If you ain't get on between 8:10 and 8:45, we is not taking on new. Just hold it to next week. Just hold it to next week.
I like how you threw me right under the bus.
I didn't do it. I got you, bro. That's Cat.
No, she got her little hair on.
She different. She got her 90s.
That
She got her
was
90s
not no,
Lady
y'all not
Arranged
about
hair.
to put that
So
on
she
me.
gonna be different today.
Yeah, I ain't about to put that
just
on
threw
me.
me right under the bus.
No, I did
Tomorrow
not.
she gonna be like, "Hey, cousin."
She got on her Leah Rock the Boat hair. That's what
You cousin every day.
she got on. She got on the
No,
MC Light special.
you just
That's what
threw
she
me
got.
under the bus.
I did not. I would never throw you under the bus.
Don't nobody go head to head with me. Ain't that tall.
They don't.
They don't want them problems.
They really don't. It's all good. It is all good in the hood. But let's oh, did I do that? Let's jump on this little lovely topic.
That's right, because I'm the most innocent one here.
Not the most innocent. Hold on, Pimp.
I'm trying to.
At least you were top 3.
Nadine Dickinson wished you a happy birthday.
Appreciate you.
That's rude. She ain't speaking to nobody else, but they're gonna say happy birthday.
That's sis. That's big sis.
But hey, big sis, you can say happy. You can say hello to everybody else.
What's up? Hey, Irene, what's good, girl? All right, y'all. Today's topic is: can trust be restored after infidelity? As per the co-host, we got two videos that we're gonna show y'all. One was a video I posted earlier today, and then the other one is like the do's and don'ts of regaining trust. And we're gonna talk after these videos.
Cheating is pure cowardice. That's what it is. It is cowardice. You are too afraid to confront your partner to tell them that you're unhappy or you want to end it. So instead of confronting them, no, you go around and sneak around behind their back, betraying their trust in the cruelest way possible. Oh, but you want your cake and to eat it too. You want all the benefits and luxuries of the relationship you're currently in, but you want your side piece. And then when you get caught, you'll do everything under the sun to blame your partner and actually gaslight them into thinking that somehow your cheating is their fault. That it was their fault you're not happy in the relationship. It's their fault that you didn't communicate, and it's their fault that you chose to sleep with somebody else and potentially even risk giving your partner an STD. Somehow it's their fault. And that'll make you sleep better at night, but it doesn't actually change reality. Reality is cheating is a choice. It is a choice that you made. It's a choice that hurts. And especially when there's children involved in a relationship, it hurts them too. So instead of taking the cowardly way out, which is cheating, how about you tell your partner that you're unhappy, communicate your dissatisfaction, and if that doesn't change, end the relationship. How about doing that instead of betraying their trust? And your partner, no matter what, deserves better than what you're giving them if you're a cheater.
Video.
As a couples coach who specializes in affair recovery, here are the top 3 mistakes that we see unfaithful partners make when they're attempting to rebuild trust with their partners after an affair. Number 1, impatience and unrealistic expectations as to how long healing actually takes. So rebuilding trust takes time, and unfaithful partners often make the mistake of expecting their partners to get over it quickly, and that's not the way it works. Any impatience at all is going to be even more traumatizing. It undermines the healing process and it invalidates the hurt partner's emotions. It really just prolongs the healing process altogether, and that's not what you want. So it's important to understand that rebuilding trust is a gradual and ongoing process that requires patience, understanding, and consistent effort. Number 2, lack of genuine remorse and accountability. This is where the unfaithful partner may lack empathy, and it's where the hurt partner is just not feeling that their partner is truly sorry, because they may deny or minimize the impact of their actions, make excuses, shift blame onto their partner or external circumstances. They may get defensive and resistant to discussing the affair and its consequences at all. Genuine remorse means that the hurt caused is acknowledged over and over and over again, as many times as it takes, that the unfaithful partner is showing empathy and emotion that has some depth to it that can be felt felt and that they're taking proactive steps to make amends. And number 3, inadequate communication and transparency. And this is where the unfaithful partner is continuing to be defensive or sneaky or secretive with their location, with their cell phone, with their email, with their social media, or withholding information and being evasive when asked questions about the affair. Doing any of these things just does further damage to the trust and hinders the healing process after an affair. Transparency and communication has got to be open and honest, because rebuilding trust requires transparent and consistent communication about the affair, about feelings around the affair, and about how to move forward together. And if you're the unfaithful partner, you really want to be going out of your way, kind of knocking yourself out to make it known to your partner that you have no problems with this open and transparent way of being.
I call Cat.
You call Cat?
Why?
Let's go into it. Go on with it.
Thank you. Hello, Miss Dixon. Thank you so much for speaking. I appreciate you. I just didn't want to be left out.
Lord have mercy. Why is it Cat?
According to what this young lady has said, you might as well just forget the relationship and go on and find you somebody else that don't make the same mistake. Because some of the stuff that she's asking the cheater to do is almost impossible to maintain. And let's remember that the cheatee is not going to be too helpful in trying to be helpful of it maintaining. Because as the cheatee is going to sit there and like, yeah, you should be doing this, and yeah, you should be doing that, and this, and you should, and so it's not going to be, oh, I see you trying to fix it, and I appreciate it. They're going to be like, yeah, they ain't going right. You should be trying to fix it. So that's not the stuff that she's saying that a cheater should be doing is not something that's sustainable in the long haul. Especially as long as
if you cheated, how you expect to regain somebody's trust? You think after a week or a month or 2 months she gonna trust you again?
No, of course not.
Okay,
It's
so
actions,
I don't think keeping up some consistency of letting if she want to see your location or she checking your social media or whatever is an issue when you
that's too much like prison. That's too much like being in jail. You under the but when does it stop? Because 30 days makes a habit.
When she feel like she could trust you, when she see that you consistently gonna be where you say you gonna be,
she's
and
never,
you doing what you say you gonna
do. She or he is never going to trust you, and if they're going to those extents for you to regain their trust, that trust will never be regained. Because now you're setting up a precedence of what is to come. So now you're always going to want to know. You're always going to want to know You're always going to want to know their location. You're always going to want to look at social media. That's going to be your regular occurrence.
So you're saying it's creating a sense of normalcy,
right?
Shouldn't she do that? Well, then, Derek, what do you suggest?
You can't. There's healing that has to happen on both sides, and that healing, that's a trauma. That healing has to happen, and you can't as a cheater, you can't expect that person to trust you without them first healing. And as the cheatee, you can't expect them to offer your healing, because your healing has to happen within you.
Wait, I missed that part.
As the cheater, you can't expect for the healing to happen. You can't expect for the healing to happen without them first healing from that trauma. But as the cheatee, you can't expect for the healing to happen, be given to the healing to come from the cheater. It has to happen from within.
What trauma do a cheater have?
The cheatee.
Oh, I thought you said the cheater.
But you don't think a cheater has trauma?
Right.
What's the trauma?
What do you mean? What's the trauma?
Just the way a person is brought up with, not.
I'm just saying, like,
without
what could be
that's what I'm saying.
trauma
Without that
cheat.
cheating come from a lack of respect, a lack of compassion, a lack of a whole lot of things, which can come from your upbringing, can come from past relationships, it can come from being molested, all types of things. Cheating can come from a lot of places.
Not just because you saw his print in his sweatpants or her booty big.
It could be mental just as well as it could be.
Right.
What the hell?
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a mental thing. Women, and we know that. We know, and we often see the difference. The differences in cheating. Women are more of a mental thing. But nowadays, that's not even true anymore. Nowadays, cheating is mental and physical for men and women. When men find themselves being mentally bashed or mentally belittled, they go and they find someone that may be beneath. A lot of women are like, oh, she's not even on my level, right? Because your level caused me a lot of headache. So I go to find someone who can appreciate what I do and what I bring to the table. That's a trauma.
But are you voicing it? Does a person voice it?
Some people do voice it. Some people would rather not. Some people, and I kind of agree with what my man was saying about cheating is cowardly, because you can't stand on your own 2 feet and say, I'm not happy here and I want to move on. And some men, it's out of fear, because I don't want to say some men, for both parts. Some of it is fear as well, because it's like, okay, I may not be happy here, but I don't know for sure if I'm going to be happy there. So now I'm going to step out over here and see how it feels, and then I can make a rational decision off of everything, off between the two. Does this person make me happy, or can I figure out where's my happiness at in this situation at home?
It could be a sex addiction as well.
It could be that. That's a big
which is trauma.
That's a big trauma. When you sexually addicted and your person can't fulfill those needs, or don't desire to fulfill those needs.
It's not their fault.
What is sexual addiction?
What?
That's just that's something different. That's something different. If you got a sex addiction problem, then like you need some help, and that's not your fault.
You need help in all of this, in any trauma.
Not your fault, but if you do have traumas, and you have these traumas, and certain things trigger you, bother you, or whatever, what is the problem with communicating that? So therefore, if you communicate that with the person that you with, they understand, they know, and can try to help you through it, or y'all have to help each other through whatever. But it still don't give you the right to just go cheat because
I'm not going with that. I don't believe in that.
Just say what.
I don't believe in that. So I'm not
going
to agree with that. But I do understand, although that's not something that I do. Just because I don't do it don't mean that I don't understand both sides.
And I get it that some people that do cheat or whatever, they
been through.
And they could work. They work through that. But is the trust truthfully restored? I don't think so. I think that take a while. It ain't gonna take like a couple of months. It may not take a year. It may not take 2 years. It all depends on the person. But and it depends on the situation.
I agree, because in my case, I don't tolerate that. So if I dealt with that with somebody cheating, it's over. I wouldn't deal with somebody again that cheated. That's I
but let me ask you this: if you was married and your spouse stepped out on you, would you would you still feel the same way? I'm out. Ain't nothing to work out.
Divorce.
I
I
know
don't.
that. I'm just saying, if you was married, would your opinion of it change because you're married to this person? And when, as the people say, when you get married, you be there through the good and the bad and the this
Me,
and the that and the this and the
me
that.
who I
So that
am, me who I am, sitting here right now. I mean, because I can't tell who or how I will be in the future. But me who I am right now, how I am, how I feel, how I think, how I move, I don't tolerate cheating. Period. I put too much of myself into a relationship. Um, I'm not perfect. Uh, I'm not Superman, but I bust my behind. I'm a gifter. I'm one that makes sure that you're good. A bunch of things. I just feel like my worth in a relationship, what I give to somebody, don't jeopardize that or don't take that for granted because I don't have to do what I do. So if I put my all, if I put my
you
heart
don't.
into this relationship and into you, don't mishandle me or my heart.
Right.
I trust you. Just because I'm a man don't mean that I don't
I
trust
want,
and I don't feel. If you cheat, it's over.
and I cheating is a non-negotiable for you. No, cheating is a non-negotiable for everybody. But I think that some people say it's a non-negotiable for them, and then when they in that situation, not per saying you, but when they get into that situation, then it's a different story because now you actually sitting in it. But I get
For
it.
the kid,
Not
So
is non-negotiable. And as
okay,
Dr.
so
Tawana, hold up, as Dr. Tawana, hi cousin, Miss Miss Dr. Tawana Rochester. She said if the cheater was unfaithful for a year, the unfaithful should give the significant other the same amount of time to heal. You can have a physical affair and an emotional affair.
right, because that's what the same thing that Thomas said um, about because to him it's not just about the physical act; it's about the. It could be him to him. It could be the attention, given the attention that only your person is supposed to get. Um, but you offering that to somebody else. So my question to Roshan is, uh, are you saying uh, that's a that's a non-negotiable on the physical aspect or on the emotional aspect as well?
is are you speaking about if somebody sleep
Cheat.
with somebody, if somebody entertains somebody, if somebody like
Right. So emotional attachment, an emotional when you find yourself in an emotional affair is not acting on the physical, but you find yourself emotionally connected or emotionally bonded to someone that's not your um that's not your person. Where physical, of course, is physical. You have had intercourse.
I'm
Yeah.
out.
So so
I'm out.
either
Or
way you're going.
One or two, because now you got me juggling
Right.
the what if something happened, if you're telling the truth. Because now how am I supposed to believe you in my immediate trauma of what just happened? I'm supposed to believe that I just saw some inboxes or some text messaging or some whatever. I'm supposed to believe that nothing don't happen, that nothing happened. Am I supposed to believe it, or am I supposed to just sit on it for a little bit, sit on the situation for a minute and say, hey,
Right.
or constantly keep questioning, when you were late coming home, or if what did this mean or what did that mean? I'm done. I'm done. I know my value. I bring a lot to the table. I'm fine. I'm good. I, my birthday. I just hit 50. You know what I mean? If I was in that situation, I got 50 more years ago. I ain't got time to be playing with nobody. Go on about your business.
I understand that because they both bad, physical and
Yeah,
emotional.
I'm out. Either one, I'm out.
Bad. But I kind of think emotional cheating is a little kind of worse than physical cheating because you actually putting your time, your effort, and your attention into a whole another ass person. Like you couldn't cheat and just have like a one night stand and don't mean nothing, whatever you needed to get something satisfied that you wouldn't get satisfied at home. Okay. But that's still bad. But I think emotional cheating is a little worse.
See, I think this is interesting. So so what you're basically saying, I don't know if this is a different thing between genders, but so you're saying if your man is bonding with somebody and he never slept with her, that's worse.
In his throat. No.
He's bonding. They're communicating very well or whatever. That's worse than him having sex with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's much worse.
Yeah.
The physical,
because you're actually having a connection with her.
There's people that
even though you didn't have sex with the person. No. You didn't have sex with the person. With just communicating.
Right. But you are emotionally bonding with that person. That you're emotionally bonding and you're offering yourself emotionally to someone is far more worse than offering yourself physically to someone.
In a relationship, I totally disagree.
No. In a relationship, I think that's.
Oh no, this is totally opinionated. This is totally opinionated.
This is all due to who is all according to reason. Like is everybody has
totally opinionated.
Actually, being.
I can take in a relationship. Let's say somebody. I can understand somebody. Let's say having conversation and deep conversations and what could be and what this, that, and the third. I can see somebody taking that more, accepting that more than their lady sucking somebody off.
Wait a minute. Say that again.
Yeah. You see.
Wait.
Yeah. Yeah. What I said was, I can see somebody, I'll say it again. I can see somebody accepting conversations between somebody and their significant other back and forth, even if it's yes, I think we would be great or whatever. I think a person can accept that more than finding out their significant other done suck somebody off.
Really?
What?
Yeah,
no, because you're talking superficial. You're talking superficial. Like that's superficial. Someone who's discussing life and attaching, and they're talking about life, and maybe one day we'll be together
bonding with another person.
I hear you. I'm talking about acceptance. That a conversation. A conversation is a conversation, and I get it. This is me. You feel how you feel. You feel how you feel. A conversation is a conversation, but I'm pretty sure if you walked in on your lady or if you walked in on your man having a conversation versus walking in on them sucking somebody off, it'd be totally different. That visual is something else. Y'all gonna stop playing.
Lord have mercy. But see, that's the thing. Emotional. When you doing the
I get what y'all saying.
Eventually, it's going to turn into physical.
It may not ever.
It may not, but it also.
But over there, the damage is already done.
No, listen. Physical attraction, a physical embrace, or whatever you want to call it. Physical infidelity can happen once. It can happen a whole bunch of times. They can literally just wonder and then tried it out and it's like, okay, that was trash, and go and buy their business. Emotionally, when you have emotionally connected with someone, it can be trash and it'll still be okay because you're emotionally connected.
I get it. But what I'm saying is the end all, if I catch it, this was just a conversation. This is something different. We're talking about, right? We're talking about, can we accept, or how long it'll take for us to get over it, or to forgive. Now you're talking about a conversation. We're talking about that other stuff.
I ain't accepting either one because I'm chin checking somebody.
All I'm saying is, one, I'm thinking, and there's no pun intended, but I think one gonna be harder than the other.
I'm sorry, and I'm in therapy, and therapy gonna go right out that goddamn window if I catch your ass cheating on me. Okay.
Somebody going to jail tonight.
I just believe one is gonna be like I said, no pun intended, but I think one gonna be harder than the other. Having a conversation and this and that, both you can apologize and you can try to come back from.
Right.
Look, I'm with Mr. Mac today.
What's that?
Don't let me. Where he says if I walk in on sex, somebody might be visiting the upper room.
Now, what about if you walk in and they're having a deep conversation about they can really make a great life with each other?
That's just as bad.
You're gonna be like, man, get out of my house.
It's just as bad because
it ain't just as bad. You're not gonna tell me that it's the same. It's not. Or just as bad. It's not.
Either way, whether it's sex or it's emotional cheating, either way, whatever I walk in on, two people getting a chin check. Period. That's it. No, I'm only playing.
You damn right you ain't gonna sit here and tell me that it's gonna be the same. I'm gonna see the same. Yeah, I'm not gonna see the same.
You're gonna get a worse. You're gonna get if I walk in and my person is on her knees or got her legs in the air or she's sprawled over the bed looking backwards. You're gonna get a far worse response from me.
Thank you.
No, listen, I'm not talking that. I'm talking about you're gonna get a far worse response from me when I walk in and y'all having a deep conversation, hugged up on the couch, looking at each other's eyes, making plans.
Y'all gonna get the same action. I'm whooping somebody's ass.
Because physical is physical. People get physical all the time.
This is true, and sometimes deep conversations come before physical.
Right.
So you may have walked in and found the physical once they done had the deep conversation. Who knows?
Right.
But now you're talking about the physical. You're talking about the physical, and you're talking about just the conversation. You telling me that a conversation is the same as the physical?
Because the conversation leads to the physical. Either way. Listen, once you in church, not to make everything religious, in church, one of the things that they tell you all the time, they tell you is if you want to control the body, you control the mind.
And since we're in church, I'm gonna have communion real quick. Go on. Continue, Deacon.
If you want to control the body, if you want to control the body, you have to take over the head. If I have control of your head, I can make your body do whatever I want. I can direct you in whatever way I want you to go because I have control over your head. So you worrying about what they physically do with their hands. Your hands don't mean much. Well, if I have control of your head, once I have control of your head, you're sitting around, you're making up reasons to go see this person.
I'm gonna say this is a terrible analogy for this topic right here that we're talking about. The hands can go everywhere. They got to do with the head and
No, I'm just saying the head. Once you control the head, you have people get out of themselves. They do stuff that's not seemly or normal that they normally do. They come out of their normal personality and their normal personality traits. All that stuff changed because now a person has made a mental connection more than a physical connection. You can come home. You can sleep with somebody, come home and hug your person, get in the bed and hold them and love on them all with no problem. But if that person has made a mental connection, you're in the bed, you're hugging up on that person, but you're thinking about the other person.
We can throw scenarios at this all day long. Like they'll say, Like they'll say men are more, go off of aesthetics and how women look. Women, they've been, if they cheat, this been going on. These conversations been going on for months. Mm-hmm. And then you got shorty that have the one night stands, and you have the ones that go to the club and they've been going through something with their husband and make the mistake, and now you got we can throw scenarios at this all day long. My whole thing is, if you cheat physically or emotionally, I'm out. But I believe that the physical aspect is worse than the talking or the mental or whatever, because you actually went along and had the interaction.
Mm-hmm. It's the same.
Not to me.
So
not to me.
Dr. Tawana says, if my man is consistently venting his ear, time, emotions to another woman, that's just as bad as a sexual affair. When I experienced it in my past relationship, men are more physical than women. So if a man is consistently giving his time, it's the same as sex to me. Hallelujah.
It's an opinionated. It's an opinionated thing. And look, Asa, until you walk in on it, until you walk in on it, then it's like, oh my God, Dr. Tawana gonna turn that room into a surgical place. It's Dr. Tawana gonna turn surgical. Right. And I know Dr. Tawana. Yeah, it's gonna turn surgical. She walk in on if Dr. Rochester walk in on Dr. Rochester with Nurse Nancy. Nurse Nancy ain't got a shot in hell of making it out of that room. Trust me.
She should.
I'm just saying. But if you were having a conversation,
you still ain't making it out the house.
I said you may.
You should be in the house. That's number one. You trespassing.
I maybe just me. Like that's like having sex in missionary and oral sex. Right?
I have a question for the viewers. If you have been cheated on and you're still with the person that cheated on you, what did you do in order to trust that person again? That's what I want to know.
Okay. And I'll make the statement again that I've heard, and I understand that some people feel that in a sexual situation, having, let's say missionary sex, just regular missionary sex, but somebody having oral sex and something else is way worse, because you're putting your actions and emotions into it versus just laying there.
Right.
And accepting.
Emotional sex. That's what I'm talking about. Emotional sex is different from physical, just a physical sex. Because when you emotional, that means that your bodies are in sync and you're having this a whole different experience. Where
not just even like if it's even emotional, your intentions are different. Like you want to go to work versus you just laying there and it was a mistake, like you said.
Wait, what?
No, you don't understand. Okay, like you had a situation, or you met somebody again, and then you laid down and you had sex, but you're guilty. You feel guilty, and you're just laying there and you just having sex. You just accepted whatever this man gave you, right? But you just laid there and you just had sex. He penetrated, and you guys got up and you left out, right? Now, different person, you met them up, you loved you're feeling them, or whatever. You went, you done piped them down, you done did that in the third. Like some people feel that your intentions and your interactions with wanting to do this, wanting to do that to that other person versus just laying there. That is way worse.
Yeah.
Because this is something that you
It's
truly
intimate.
wanted to do. Your intentions and your actions were different versus just laying there. And now you just got up like, oh my God, I just, you know,
Because it's
some people.
intimacy.
Yeah, that's why I said no, because you was like, what?
No, because I wasn't understanding what you were saying.
You gotta stay with me today. You put this red wig on and you done turned into
The MC Light 3000. The MC Light 3000. You and I,
you usually sharp. You usually with me. Come on.
I got you. I'm paying attention. I'm just not paying attention.
But for me, to be honest, there's no coming back from cheating at all.
I think that we all have been cheated on before. Now, are you still with the person that cheated on you? No.
I've never been in that situation.
I know.
I'm not saying that never happened. Not saying that it never happened, but I never caught it. I never seen it.
I never seen that either. I just found out because I'm nosy. I know when something ain't right. So I just become private eye. Because I want
you go looking for
it. Damn right I did. Because I ain't stupid.
You ever looked for it and it was false?
No.
Being nosy?
No.
Now let me ask you this, because I see a lot of people take that trauma, shout out to the deacon, that those traumas into a new relationship and damage the new relationship because of those trauma. You ever been through that?
Mm-hmm.
No.
So you never took past traumas into a new relationship and damaged a new relationship because of the traumas that you brought into it?
No.
To the comment section, any of you ever
most
been
people
through
have cat over here. I call Cap on the cap that she got on her head.
I haven't. I don't blame. I don't bring my traumas. What somebody else did to me, I don't put that on nobody else. For what? They ain't do it.
Everybody.
So the next person, you wouldn't have checked their phone,
right? Because when the trauma is based off of, like, even your so-called intuition is trauma. This feeling I got when
it's familiar.
It's familiar. So then I go
when
and I check.
If I know if you moving funny, like if
it may not be moving funny. It just may be familiar to something that you've seen.
You doing something, then yeah, I'm gonna look for it. But
it's like I explained.
If I don't feel like you cheating or you not doing nothing, then no, I'm not gonna look for it. Now if it come knocking at my door, that's something different.
Well, maybe that's you, but like I explained in a past episode, I said you have two different relationships, but both have a child's mother. One, every time you go over the child's mother, well, let me take that back. One person is with somebody who has a child's mother, and every time he go over there, he done got caught cheating with that child's mother, right? Mm-hmm. Now they break up. That young lady get with a new dude, but she didn't really truly heal yet. He has a child, and they're cool. Him and the mother is cool, but he's just sincere and goes and help out and spends extra couple dollars to make sure that they're okay and drop off food and all these different things. They have a healthy relationship. They just agreed to disagree. Okay. But the young lady may be looking at it like, nah, I saw this type of nonsense before, but because of what happened before with the prior guy, she may think that you gotta be doing something because there's no way. Because a lot of us think that all relationships that where you separate is bad. Mm-hmm. Like some people think that way. Like a mother and a father that separates and move on with their life can't have a healthy relationship. Mm-hmm. You gotta be on child support. You gotta be on visitation. You can't have a healthy relationship where it's like, hey, I need you to pick little whoever up, from, okay, God, I got you. I drop them off. You call me and let me know when you get home, and I drop them off. You guys need anything to eat? You guys need anything? Oh, nah, we good. Oh, yeah, well, the baby need, like we saw, it was a video online where the mother was like, hey, I need you to pick him up some sneakers. And he was like, all right, I'll pick him up a pair of sneakers. And the new woman was like, you pay child support. You ain't buying no new sneakers.
Yeah.
You pay enough child support. And he was like, that's my child. Like, if she need help, I'm going to help her. Like, it's no big deal. It's just a pair of sneakers. But I think that was from prior, past traumas, because maybe he went through something.
Right. No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that women don't bring their past traumas into a relationship.
Men and women both.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm not saying. I'm not saying that doesn't happen. But I'm not. When you ask me, have I done it? No.
You said no. Yeah. That's why I went to the comment section to ask.
But let me tell
is there somebody there? I was going to ask them.
But what I'm saying is this: I don't jump. I don't jump from relationship to relationship to relationship. If I break up with you because of whatever the reason may be, cheating or whatever, I don't instantaneously get into another relationship.
That's why I was asking the comment section.
I got to marinate for a little while before I move on to the next person. And I think that's the reason why people sometimes can bring their past traumas into new relationships, is because you're not giving yourself time to get over the first relationship before you jump into the next relationship.
That's like what the deacon said, that you haven't healed.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, I get it. That's why I was asking, is it somebody that have been through that?
Well, Tawana says we do. No, I'm sorry. I'm skipping over. Irene says, I believe the traumas follow whether you can't admit it or not.
Right.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing, admitting it.
Kamisa, I hope I said your name right. Kamisa Boyd says, past traumas give you insight not to let it happen again. And Dr. Tawana says, we do it behaviorally unknowingly.
Mm-hmm.
And just to go back to, that's what I'm about to say. She answered it for me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even have to say.
That's why I call Cat on Cat. Because you don't even be knowing you're doing it. It's not even something. Yeah. It's not something that you just focused on. It's just what it is. I've been here before. This feeling is all too real. All too familiar.
That's what I was about to say. With Dr. Rochester. Dr. Rochester, I was gonna. I'm sorry.
I'm saying to Derek, you could call it Cat, but I know what I do.
I know. I'm just calling Cat just for the show.
And I know what I don't do.
I know what you don't do too. That's why I'm calling.
No, you don't.
We've been friends for years. I do know what you do. I know your behaviors. But I'm calling Cat for the show just because it offers good television. But
now I was gonna say the same as Dr. Rochester though. I was gonna say the same as Dr. Rochester. Absolutely.
I agree with. I mean, I can agree with that, but I know what I do, and I know. Mr. Max says, even with time, people can't be fully trusted. In my opinion, you right, because they're gonna,
I mean, but then we have to consider that we don't believe in growth.
Right.
Some people.
I mean, I believe in growth. I just don't believe in messing with you after you're done cheated.
I believe it depends. There has to be healing. You can't move on. You can't even begin to start to try to even learn how to trust after infidelity if you haven't healed.
Okay,
I'm not doing it.
All right, because you said something about growth. Now, if you said that cheating on you is a non-negotiable, so you break up with this person, and let's say 3, 4, 5 years passed, and y'all ends up bumping heads again, would you reconnect with the person that cheated on you?
No. No.
Nothing. You just done.
We had our time. We had our time. We had our space. Let me move on to like, no.
I know that, I'm just saying this is like later on down the line, like a couple of years later down the line. You know,
let me help you out. Let me help you out. Let me help you out. Even if it was 10 years down the line. 10 years. Matter of fact, tack on another 5. Tack on another 5, Deacon. Tack on another 5. Even if it was 15. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen.
Utterly done.
Not gonna happen.
That's a hard ass. That's a hard sell. It's hard.
Not. I believe in me.
Because
I believe in me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, cousin. I believe in me. I value me. Maybe I look at things a little different than others. I put my all into a relationship. I'm creative. I'm, especially when it's, it's good. I'm creative. I'm thoughtful. Some things you ain't even gonna have to worry about. You ain't even gonna know some things is done. I mean, because I'm a man, I'm gonna make sure that, the cars is good, and the this is good, and that's good. Like I'm gonna put my all into it. So for you to jeopardize me and my health and my family, I take that serious. Like that, you stepping out, you could end my life.
Absolutely.
You ain't thinking about me and my life and my children and my family and my well-being.
Right.
It's a lot. To me, it's a lot that goes into it. I done bonded with your family. I done bonded with, if you have children. It's to me, it's a lot that, like, some people think that is just a stick and move. It's not. It's not. Your families is connected. Your children is connected. You know what I mean? Like I've always said, like I would never want to be in a mall, and I got, my little girl with me. I got my girl with me or whatever, and somebody walk in the mall and they're like, hey, oh, you told me that y'all broke up and such and such and such. And now my daughter looking at me like, yo, Dad, what's going on? I'm not gonna embarrass my family.
Yeah. No, I get it.
I'm not gonna embarrass my family. I'm not gonna embarrass my lady. I don't want her walking down the street or walking into a club or walking into a space and people looking at her like, look at this stupid such and such and such. She don't even know. Nah, I'm not gonna do. Like, I'm not gonna help the enemy put a knife in my lady's back. It's not gonna happen.
Absolutely. No, I definitely understand that part. I was just asking that question because I do know some people that have done that. They break up because of cheating, and then later on, years down the line, they end up redating that same person that cheated on them, and they good.
I've seen it. I get it.
To each his own.
Yeah.
It may work for you, but it don't mean that it's going to work for the next person.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing or it's something that couldn't be or shouldn't be done. I'm just saying I wouldn't do it.
Right, because that embarrassment is real. That's real life. That's not when you already know, when you find out about that infidelity, and now you're walking around and you're seeing people, and now all the whispers. Now you know what the whispers were. That's a change. Mm-hmm. That's a change that can nobody fix. All the sorries in the world is not going to fix that. The fact that you were the topic of conversations of that in rooms that you weren't even in because of what your person did. Yeah. Like, that junk is crazy. Like, that's a hard sell. That's a hard sell back.
And like, even you as a woman, you got to go back around his family and his friends that probably knew the whole time. And they're like, hey, sis, how you? What up, sis? What's going on? And the whole time they knew that he was stepping out. That's another added to it. Like, it's a lot. I just wouldn't want to deal with it. I don't want to deal with it. I don't want nothing to do with it. If her girl at the time was cool with it and they was, out there doing whatever together, here to you too. Don't get up out of here. I'll holler at you. I don't want to hear no, hey, what up, bro? Now get your ass up out of here, because you was there watching all this go down. we ain't doing that. No hard feeling. That's your girl. You're gonna ride with your girl. I get it. But I know me. I know my value.
Sometimes you can't always ride with, like, I'm not gonna sit up here and I'm not gonna out you if you cheating, but I'm definitely gonna let you know that what you're doing to the person you with is wrong. Because I don't condone cheating. I don't like it. I don't respect it. Like, I have even stopped being friends with certain type of people who do shit like that. Because I don't like that type of stuff around me. I just don't. It just make me feel like you an untrustworthy person. But
and I get it.
You know, it is what it is.
And trust me, I don't believe in it. I'm not the liar type. I'm the serial honest guy. You know what I mean? I'm the serial guy that want everything to go the right way and to go well. So, like, I'll be the first to tell you, nobody do anything in front of me if they was doing anything. Nobody. Yeah. Nobody do anything in front of me. I'm the my boys will tell you. My boys will tell you. You can call whoever know my boys in the comment section. Call them up right now. They'll tell you. I ain't lying for nobody.
No, I'm not lying for you.
Don't ask me, please. Don't ask me. I'm not doing it.
Know that I'm not doing that. I'm not covering your tracks because you out here cheating on your husband. I'm not doing that. We definitely.
So that's the one thing I'll say. Like, I'm not in those environments. Nobody do anything in front of me anyway. I don't see that type of stuff because I don't want it. Maybe even sometimes I've been naive, because I don't look at things a certain way, that maybe others. I don't have a cynical eyesight. You know what I mean? So maybe somebody will be, saying hello and hi and whatever, and it was doing whatever. If it wasn't blatant or if it wasn't as obvious, like, I wasn't even looking at it like that. If I'm here to have a drink and have a good time, that's exactly what I'm doing. I ain't thinking about none of that stuff. That's not the way my mind works. I mean, so I don't care. I mean, it's like, but if you cheat and your girl was with you, like, you ain't gonna tell me that you cheated with your girl's boyfriend cousin, but your home girl didn't know. Now, you too. You knew.
How you know? You can't make that assumption because some people don't know.
All I said was, if you cheating with your girl, if your home girl, if you cheating with your home girl's boyfriend's cousin, and y'all always at the house playing Uno, right there.
Has either one of y'all ever cheated? No. We all up here on this piano, some faithful people.
I ain't got time for that. Number one, I don't want bumps on my lip, so I'm not even going to.
Have any of our viewers ever cheated? They ain't gonna admit it, but it's on the hood.
I don't even know why you doing that. You trying rat on people up in here? You like black?
No, I'm talking about in their past. Like, have you cheated before you met whoever? I'm not calling you. I mean, like I said, people cheat for different reasons. You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna have somebody. You're gonna have a couple watching this.
You never did it.
You're gonna have somebody watching this, and they man or they lady gonna be like, y'all cheated. but they was with their significant other for 5 years.
Right.
You're gonna have them like, hold up.
I like how Irene answered that question. She said, not in my marriage.
How many boyfriends you had?
So she has cheated, but she has never cheated since she's been married.
Beautiful. Everybody can't differentiate. Like, once you start that down that trail, it's so easy. It's like, shoot, that's like when you caught your first body, or when you pull the trigger for the first time. The second, third time, it's simple. Everybody's not in that place where they get like, okay, now I'm married, now I can put away these behaviors and just be with this person.
Well, the deacon is a gangster now. You're a gangster too. You're a deacon. Your blasters is really blasted.
Hey, Robert. Mr. Williams. Okay. Well, getting back to what the lady was saying in the video about how you regain trust when there is infidelity. The first two, I get it, accountability, empathy, but we know it's a non-negotiable for you, Mr. Davis. Okay. So every woman in America know if you date Sean, don't cheat on him because it's a non-negotiable. He gonna cut your ass off. From the
We ain't even gonna throw a disclaimer out there anyway like that. Sean is not available. America, she on some BS.
I'm just saying. But the last part about like the guy the person that cheated should not have an issue or a problem with, like she said, being on your social media, checking your phone, putting your, you want to know where that person at, and all of that stuff. I don't see anything wrong with it, but y'all said there's an issue with that because how else is somebody supposed to feel like they? I
think they're getting to who your personal persona, who you really is. I'm not gonna.
Where you, but see, that's the thing, because you have lied already about where you at. You lied already about who you with. So in order for her to feel like you're telling the truth, she gonna need to see, or he, because it could be he or she.
For them to know and believe it's the truth, they have to heal first.
They supposed to take your word for it after you cheated.
So now, Derek, now let me ask you this.
Okay, even after the healing, you can say they have to. But even after that, they still with the same person. Even after that, they still gonna want. Gonna want to check up on you.
In reality, I want to ask.
You're going. Yeah.
How do you truly heal in a situation like this? Then the other person is gonna have to totally shut down. They're gonna have to totally shut down. How do you truly heal in something like that?
Y'all gotta go to counseling. The counselor has to have. Go to counseling. Those issues. Number one, the only way that I can fix the issue is first get to the underlying issue and fix that issue. It doesn't matter if I have a nail in my tire, no matter how much I keep putting air in it, the air is always.
So basically, there's no more men's night out. There's no more men's night out. There's no more hanging out at the basketball court and you took too long. Once you get off work, you're coming straight home from work. Like, there's no more extracurricular activities as far as recreation for men, as far as like this happy hour. Ain't no happy hour. That's over. Because
then you might as well move on. Then you might as well.
That's my point. Go on about your business.
Right, because if I have to shut my whole life down to keep you, then what's going to happen? I'm gonna. That's why I said it's not sustainable.
Yeah, I don't think so. I'm out.
Because this is already you're setting up the norm. You're setting up setting up for the norm. 10 years from now, you're still going to expect me to be home. You're still going to expect me not to go by the fella's house to play cards. You're still going to expect me not to go to the gym or go to play ball or hang out with friends. You still going to.
You took too long. Yeah, you took too long.
These things are already expected. That's why I don't believe that trust can truly be restored after infidelity. You have to learn how to live with the mistrust. If I choose to take you back, if you choose to take me back, then we have to learn how to live life now with this mistrust. That's not the factor is not going to be me restoring my trust. Is me learning to live with the mistrust. You didn't agree with it, so you hung up. You turned your camera off?
No, I didn't. Read the private chat.
I saw it. Nah, I agree, Derek. I agree. It's a hard coming back from cheating is a hard thing. I've seen people go through it. I've seen people deal with it. It's not for me. Uh, I don't know. It ain't for me. Point blank. Period.
Nah, Lady G. I don't know. That restoration, that's something only God can do. It's nothing I can do, nothing you can do to fix that restoration. You have to have a heart. Your heart needs to be your heart has to be mended. That has to be put back together. The only person that can put that back together is the Heavenly Father. Is nothing is nothing I can go back to. Is nothing I can say. Is nothing I can do. The moment if I go in the bathroom and sit in the bathroom too long, you're already going to be wondering who am I in the bathroom texting.
He was out of phone. Yeah.
It's nothing. There's nothing that can be done that brings
And
you back to
and
that
and the
place.
flip side of that, Derek, whether it's a man or a woman, don't put your significant other in that position. Respect
Right.
them.
Period.
And nobody's perfect. Like and I don't even like to use that. I tell you, I don't like to use that. But our normal our normal behaviors is normal to us and to somebody that we connect with. Say, hey, I don't. That ain't normal, B. Like, we don't. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
so it's some things that you have to learn or unlearn. That's just not cool. Um,
Right.
whether it's is some people feel that it's okay to have work husbands, um, stuff like that. Like some people like, no, we don't do that. No, what's a work husband or work wife? We don't. No, we don't do that. Some people believe in uh, being cool with exes. Some people don't. I mean,
Right.
so it's gonna depend on who you are, who you're connecting with, and what you're willing to, you know, sacrifice and or tolerate.
Absolutely.
Some people ain't willing to tolerate or sacrifice certain things. Just not happening.
Nope. Nope. Miss me with the work wife. Miss me with the work husband. Miss me with the the BFF that you tell all your problems. Like if your best friend is a male and you coming to him telling him all the issues that you have with me in a relationship, miss me with that as well. I was watching a video today. I think Farrakhan, and um he was saying that he was like no man wants a no man wants to share um no man wants to share his woman with any other man. And I was really listening to it. I'm like, that's kind of crazy. Like if we're looking at the if we like I said once again, not to be completely spiritual, but we're looking at the word, and you saying we're striving to be like God or trying to be like Christ. God said he's a jealous God. He said you will have no other God before me. So if God telling you he's not gonna allow for another person to be before him and that he's jealous, why is it okay? Why do we think it's okay to we should just live with jealousy, or we should live with, okay, there's another person that's more important that you're putting into the same basket as you put me. If you say you love me, if you say you admire you respect me, admire me, and I'm your person and you're my person, then there should be nobody else in that basket.
I agree. It shouldn't
But
be.
when you start putting people in that basket, when you start making this person more important than your person. I was guilty for that. It took therapy. It took a lot of therapy to get to a place of calling my own BS. I was guilty of that. I was putting everybody before my person. Like, oh nah. She would come and say, this person made me feel uncomfortable. That's you. That's you. Get over that. That ain't them. That's you. How do I look going to them about something, how you feel? I was completely off cuff because my first job was to be a protector. I was supposed to protect my person from that. I was supposed to protect my person from the insecurities. I was supposed to protect my person from feeling some type of way about other people. I was supposed to protect my person from other people. I was her covering, and I wasn't. I failed at it miserably because I was putting other people before her. When the Bible tells us when you should put if God tells us we're not supposed to put nobody before them, then you're not gonna put anybody before your kids, but then you can put somebody before your wife or put somebody before your husband. Like, come on.
Well, the wife and the husband supposed to come before the kids.
Right. But that's the point. If you saying ain't nobody come before my kids, so where I supposed to be? I'm be in the back seat.
You in the trunk.
You in trouble.
You in the trunk.
You're expendable. You have to get there. You have to be.
Oh, you talk about church. Dr. Rochester about to go. I'm telling you now, Derek, I'm just gonna log off. Just gonna log off.
Don't be doing that to Dr. Rochester.
There is major healing that must happen before you can even try to embark on a place of reconciliation. Let's be real here. Let's once again look at the Bible, right? Genesis. We had in Genesis.
And before you start, because you're gonna have Dr. Rochester like this. If you want to call up to speak your mind, just click on the link and come on the show.
Adam and Eve,
what I told you,
did their dirt all the way in Genesis, and you don't hear about reconciliation between.
How you gonna drag Adam in that?
Adam and Eve did their dirt. They both did their dirt, right? They did their dirt in the garden in Genesis. You don't hear anything about reconciliation between man and God all the way into Revelations. You know how many books that is? You see that? You see that grand span of time?
That was Eve and her nonsense.
And the only way the reconciliation could happen was with an extreme sacrifice.
Dr. Rochester said, "Not true, Deacon."
Tell her to click on the link.
I want to understand what you mean by not true. I would love to understand what's not true about it.
Click on the link.
Reconciliation doesn't happen between God and the church. Doesn't happen until Revelations.
Mr. Max says Adam's mistake was following a woman.
No, Adam's mistake wasn't following a woman. Adam's mistake was not listening to God. That's the beginning of this man and woman stuff. His mistake was not listening to God. He didn't follow directions.
The next thing Mr. Matt gonna say is Adam should have took that rib back and stuck that rib right back. Mr. Mag is like Kevin Samuels 2.0. Yeah, I'm gonna bring him out one day. I'm gonna bring him out just one day so I can shut up.
Mr. Max said, especially since God said he was in charge.
Right. He should have followed directions. That's point blank. But we have to own it. And that's the problem. Even with Adam, and that goes all the way back to Adam and Eve. We don't own our mess. He didn't follow directions. And then the moment he got out there in front of God, he was like, that woman you gave me did it. We can't own our mess. We
Well,
have
that
to
was
learn.
that was what that's what the lady said in her thing when she was saying regaining the trust. You have to take accountability for what you did.
Right. I agree with that. That's what I was calling cap on, because you do have to own it.
I'm truly curious. But what did Adam do?
He ate the fruit after he was told not to.
It wasn't Eve?
Eve ate it and then she brought it to him.
Oh, okay.
And he ate it.
he could have been like old foul woman, away from me now, and went sick.
Well, wasn't she naked? Wasn't Eve naked?
He wasn't. He didn't know. She saw him naked, but he didn't see her naked until after he ate the fruit.
Ms. Rochester said grace was extended after the sin. That's why Adam and Eve didn't die immediately.
But that's grace. That's not reconciliation.
She said Adam did cover his wife.
After he saw that she was naked, they both covered, but he didn't cover her. Like, he blamed her. That woman you gave me fruit, and I did eat. He took it one step further, because he didn't even blame it on her. He blamed it on God. He's like, you the one gave it to me.
So now they naked in the jungle with some apples.
Not naked in the jungle with apples.
They were not supposed to partake of the forbidden fruit.
Would you click on the link?
She said her hair not done. She said
her hair not done and she in her pajamas.
For one, it ain't your hair. That's my sister, y'all. No, Dr. Rochester is my sister, and I know for a fact it ain't her hair.
I'm done. Good night.
Grab one of them wigs.
A point. She said her hair ain't done, and she in her PJs. Okay.
Neck up. Neck up. Baseball hat. Neck up.
Tawana, you don't have to put your picture on. You couldn't just call in and just don't turn your camera on and we can hear what you have to say. We don't have to see you. So you don't have to you don't have to show yourself.
Great.
My sister's 60 years old. By the time she figure this out, we're gonna be on the next show.
That's what you're gonna be looking at, like, where's that?
She ain't 60 years old.
Reconciliation and grace is two totally different things. And Mr. Mack said it. Reconciliation is not forgiveness. I mean, grace is not forgiveness. Grace is, I'm extending you grace. But grace is literally what it is. I'm extending that to you, but that doesn't mean I forgave, and that doesn't mean that we're reconciled. It's two totally different things.
I think that also comes with cheating. If you choose to forgive that person for cheating on you, you can't keep bringing it up. You can't keep throwing it in their face.
You could.
No, you can't, because you forgave it.
You could do what you want to do. It's up for the other person to tolerate it or not.
Then you ain't truly forgiven.
See, she said, I'm trying to figure out to do this link thing. Put up the link again, Cat, for it, because she can't find it. Did you
if you forgive somebody, I did. I pinned it, but I guess
I get it, cousin. You shouldn't. You shouldn't.
Pinned at the
bottom. We keep getting confused with what you should do versus what you could do.
No, but what I'm saying is that is what they say about forgiveness. When you forgive someone, you don't have to forget it. You can remember it or you want to.
But now you can't customize how I deal with it. If something reminds me of something,
right,
and I bring it up, you just gonna have to deal with it, or you're gonna have to move on.
He's absolutely right.
Because that means, I understand that, but that means you still haven't forgiven the act.
Could be, may not. Just because something is familiar and it just reminds me of something, you know. I don't know. That's why I said. That's why I said for me, it's zero. I have zero tolerance for any dealings with anywhere. Zero.
So Anna, I put the link back at the bottom.
She's like, let me turn my Wi-Fi on.
Wi-Fi.
Oh, Wi-Fi. So I get what you're saying. You can't customize it to your liking.
Yeah,
but that is what they say. If you forgive, you forgive.
Cousin, I get it, but you don't make the rules for me. Not saying you. We like to do that. Like, well, if you told me you forgive me, you ain't supposed to bring it up no more. Who wrote that?
Oh, I don't know how does she do that for Safari? Because I don't have Safari. I have an Android, so I don't deal with iPhones. I'm an Android user.
Nicki Minaj has been coming out here too.
So I don't deal with that.
No, because I'm totally like with that. Like we like to list the bullet points of how relationships is supposed to go. No, I ain't got to follow that list. No, that's what you think.
You don't have to follow.
If you forgive me, you can't bring that up. And no, who wrote that?
But what's the point of bringing it up?
What you mean?
Right. And I used to say that a lot. I'm like, it's not my job. It's not my job to make you to help you forgive me. You got to do that. No, it's you there when you're not doing your part, when you haven't done your part to help that person in their healing, then you're just like, so you have to deal with those moments.
You got to deal with what comes along with it.
Right, right, absolutely.
Yeah, you do have to deal with the consequences that come along with it. But once you decide, after y'all been through what you've been through, and you undid what you were supposed to do, or you claim you went
bring it home
and all of that stuff like that.
Bring it home.
Get to that point of forgiveness.
Bring it home.
After that, why would you continue to bring it up if you undid everything and then you forgave? Why bring it back up?
Because I want to. Because I want to. I feel like it. Because some have reminded me of some bull that you did when you was doing whatever. And now I'm like, maybe this person is doing this again because they came in at 2:00 again with their shirt on backwards. I don't know. But you don't get to tell somebody. You don't get to tell somebody if they could.
Then if that's the case, if you went through all of that and you went through the counseling and you went through the healing process and you went through this and you went through that, and then you backslide into bringing it back up and then you ain't truthfully, then you didn't work the process.
Or that other person ain't do what they supposed to do either if they still doing some things that's just as familiar.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. If it's something
that it ain't always got to be the person that's bringing the stuff up again. Maybe that other person ain't doing what they supposed to do to keep that person at bay. Like, it can be both of them. All I'm saying is all I'm saying is the one that cheated don't get the right to tell the other person what they should feel. It goes back to this. And I always use this quote. The oppressor doesn't have the right to tell the oppressed when and where to feel offended or oppressed.
But that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you're not allowed to tell, that you can tell somebody how to feel about something. That's not what I'm saying.
I know exactly what you're saying.
You can feel how you feel. You're allowed to feel how you feel if somebody cheated on you. You are definitely allowed to go through all your emotions. Yep. And so I know my emotions, and I know my emotions automatically get physical. So, and not to say I am allowed to put my hands on somebody, but in that feeling, that's what I feel like doing. And you could be mad about it. I may go to jail for it. So, but in that moment, at that time, that's how I was feeling. So that's how I reacted. And you're not gonna tell me no different.
All right, anime.
I'm not anime because anime was getting her ass before a little bit.
Nah, that ain't what Judge Joe Brown said. Judge Joe Brown said anime was the one that was the one that was hooking on. Watch that.
Yeah, eventually,
interview.
when she got tired
No,
of
beforehand. Watch it before you challenge it. Watch it. Trust me.
Do with it?
No, it was an interview that he had recently where he spoke. Judge Joe Brown. He said all of that is nonsense. It's nonsense. Says she was a mess, but I don't want to get into that. This ain't about that. But all I'm gonna say is, the person that has chosen to forgive, the person that cheated, definitely the person that cheated, they ain't got no right to be, man. It's your fault that this person feels some sort of way.
Exactly. It's their fault. They cheated. They are the cheater. They cheated.
So you gonna give me if you want to work this out, if you who cheated want to work this out, then you gonna give me all the time I need.
Every bit of it.
And you gonna shut up.
Exactly.
Whenever something is familiar and I bring it up, you gonna deal with it. Now maybe years down the line, maybe it'll go away and we create new memories. But up until that point, you're going to take everything that comes along with it. That's why I said in the beginning, whether it's physical, it's emotional, it's mental, or whatever, 0. I ain't doing it.
I get what you're saying.
And communion.
Oh, excuse me. I understand and I get what you're saying. You cannot put a time limit on somebody else's healing.
But
you can't do that. But the cheater also, and Tawana, you're right, the cheater needs to be remorseful for the actions that they did do. They need to be remorseful. They need to have empathy. They have to have understanding. They have to have a lot of goddamn things when somebody is trying to heal. But
just sit down and take it. The same way you gave this person all that pain and hurt, you sit there and you take that what they got to give you or move on. Because you got that option.
You do. You definitely have that option.
You shouldn't have fumbled it when you had it. I guess. I'm just not doing it, cousin. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I've never, I hope I never do. I hope I never do, but I've never been through it. And I feel sorry and I have empathy for people. And I've seen people go through breakups. I've seen people go through, all of that stuff. I've never been through it. And it looks so painful. It looks so painful. And sometimes I have felt so sorry for some people. But that's why I said I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I wouldn't allow it. If you stepped out on me and you fumbled, my feelings, my heart, my mind, my struggles, my everything that I've done for you, everything I've sacrificed for you, everything that I'm out. I say peace.
It is not wrong.
Just like I say at the end of every episode.
Everybody
let's
has
get back to family.
Everybody has their own non-negotiables. You know what I'm saying? And that's a non-negotiable for you. And it's a non-negotiable for a lot of people. I'm just going off based on what the female was saying about how to regain trust. If you choose to stay, because a lot of people don't choose to stay in their relationship.
That's why I let y'all rock. That's why I let y'all rock, because this episode ain't for me. I chimed in, but go on, do y'all thing. What? Even Cody, have you seen, like, Cody just jumped up here, right here. Cody's right here. Have you seen Cody this whole episode?
Hey, Cody.
Have you seen her that one time this whole episode?
Disappear.
Even Cody said, my daddy ain't doing no bullshit like that. Yeah, we ain't doing that.
Cody ain't want no parts.
No, I get it.
Cody usually around like, hey, as soon as we say, hey, first co-host, John. Cody like, hey, I'm here too, Daddy. Soon as she heard, forgiveness and cheating, she's like, nah, my daddy ain't on that. I'm gonna go and be here in the back. It's gonna be a quick show.
And it's still not quick.
Yeah. That's because my sister was trying to hook up her Wi-Fi.
Lord. Hey, Shisha, I see you, boo.
Shisha.
It's just a name.
You just caught me off guard. Hey, Shisha.
I'm here, but I'm not here.
Well,
I'm here. No, I'm here.
I say we'll wait for we'll wait for Dr. Rochester on another night. I say this was a nice conversation. But
I think you late for the party, girl.
So all the way. We not doing a commission night. Tell you right now, that's what we're not gonna do.
You know, hey cousin, how you doing, boo? But this was a very interesting topic. Everybody had their say. Mr. Mack, you was hilarious today. But for everybody on this panel, I guess they all have said, and we all have agreed that cheating and staying with your cheater is a non-negotiable on this panel. But for those, but for those who have chosen to stay with their cheater, more power to you.
I didn't say it was a non-negotiable. I said
blessings and prayers. That's all I got to say.
I said that you can't, after an infidelity, you can't expect for trust to be restored. You have to learn how to live with it. Now, if you decide to stay with that person and live together in that infidelity and learn how to live life after the infidelity, then you have every right to do so. But don't. I think it's a ridiculous thing to think that at some day she's gonna wake up and say, or he gonna wake up and say, I trust you again.
I feel you.
It ain't gonna happen.
Yes, it Definitely takes a lot of work, Miss Jones. Takes a lot of work. Like I said, blessings and prayers to those that stay with the cheater. Because you got to be one strong person, because I'm going to jail. I'm telling you right now, I'm going straight to the big house. But me and Orange, because I'm punching him dead in his throat.
I might go to jail tonight.
I'm trying to tell you something good. So there you have it. Don't do it, because we fighting. Mr. Sean, what you got to say?
Let's get back to family. Stop cheating and put your wee up and you close your legs and shut up.
You can't get back to family once they cheated.
I ain't get me involved in this. I already told you. I told you in the first. I told y'all in the first minute. This ain't for me.
And like I said, for some, it's a non-negotiable. You know what I'm saying?
Get up there, square face.
I'll say that. Stay with your family. Don't disrespect your family. Don't compromise your family or jeopidize your family. Respect your family. Don't ever have your family out there looking insane. Respect your family.
Kamisha said, "You're right, Roshawn. They need to put their wee up."
Told y'all.
Don't be out here embarrassing the person that you with. Don't do that.
Don't embarrass the person.
Go back to what is supposed to be happening. Communication. Mm-hmm. Communication. All right, everybody. We thank y'all for tuning in. we will. No, next Tuesday we will not be on because it's Halloween. So we hope everybody have a wonderful Halloween. Sean, do a shout out for your event for Halloween.
I defer that to Derek because Derek is the project coordinator.
All right, Mr. Project
Oh, shit, I
Coordinator.
got an official name. I'm the creative director.
Yo, you is so stupid.
This Saturday, Sunday, and Monday at the Great Falls Community Center, we will be having a haunted house, a laser tag experience, Night of the Living Dead laser tag experience. Come out. We'll have trunk or treats, movies, games, and a good time. It's all free to the community. Yeah. It starts at 5 o'clock, 5 to 9.
Where?
I just said at the Great Fall Community Center.
52 Front Street, Patterson, New Jersey.
52 Front Street.
Patterson. Everybody don't know what that is. Where that's
well, everybody got everybody got GPS.
He does because he just gave the address. Yo, I can't with you, Derek. So yes, we will be back on November 7th, and that is also we coming back on the voting day. So y'all all know that voting is November 7th. So everybody go out, vote for your school board it was the school board elections. So everybody go out, vote for your person that you would like to see on the school board in Patterson. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we will see y'all November 7th with another interesting topic. I don't know what our next topic is, but
in light of news, also, if you're in the AC area on November 9th, I'll be at the resorts casino and resort. Bringing that comedy, you know what I do for the Teachers Comedy Night. Teachers Comedy Show. Tickets are on sale. Check my page for the link. If you go right now and look at the rooms are dumb cheap. I think the Golden Nugget is like $65. So, if you want to make it a night, you got your little boo thing. Don't bring your side pool because if I know, I'm telling, I'm gonna be on stage like that ain't her husband. I'm gonna tell the truth. You already know it. I have trauma. I'm gonna tell, but.
Lord have mercy.
And then it's gonna be a part 2.
I cannot with y'all. Our topic that we're gonna be talking about when we come back in November, it is going to be when is it acceptable to introduce your children to your significant other?
So we're gonna be on here for 2 hours.
We ain't gonna be here for no damn 2 hours now. Y'all better get it right, get it tight. So that is on that. So we will see y'all.
We're gonna take care of this show right now. Just have kids with one person, marry that person. That's it. That's now. What's the next topic?
No, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work. That's not even gonna work.
Yo. Y'all gonna have me and y'all gonna get me jumped out here.
Especially when you get to a certain age, you just expecting somebody to have some kids.
Right.
Y'all gonna get me jumped out here.
I ain't gonna jump you in front of me. You feel me? I'm going down with you.
Not. And if anybody wants to, we gonna get some punching bags made with Sean face on it. So if anybody wants to
I can't the conversation.
It's gonna be
the conversation fundraiser.
Yo.
If anybody would like to purchase a punching bag with Sean face on it, so I hit up Candid Conversations.
It'll be the tallest punching bags in Toys R Us history.
Hit us up in the inbox, and we're gonna make that happen for you.
The punching bag gonna look just like a Coors Light can, just long and slim.
Was the first one. Kamisha said, "Count me in."
And look out for the Candy Conversation live conversation. It's coming soon. So it's coming soon. We don't know when because we ain't even playing it yet, but it's going to come.
I can't with him.
Get into an argument with us live. You so bad, say it to our face.
Yeah.
Oh, this gonna be something funny. But if and just like we always say, you know, please subscribe to our Facebook, our YouTube channel, we're on Instagram, and we also are on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts. We are 12 different streaming platforms. So
being on Safari because my sister still ain't here yet.
Well, left the whole thing. She left. She went to bed.
So, you know, go on those streaming platforms, like and subscribe to our stations. And we will see y'all November 7th. Same time, same place. Peace, love, and blessings.
Say peace.